Hello, friends. I'm going live with Jenny Jones, who is the host of Top Biohacking podcast, Biohackerblondie. She empowers her those followers and people who she coaches to optimize their health and longevity. And I listen to your podcast. Thank you for sharing so many insights on biohacking. How are
Yeah.
you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, I'm so happy that you can join me today. And Jenny Jones is going to moderate panel discussion on our upcoming Ultimate Wellness Conference at iconic Faena Forum in Miami Beach on September 26, 27, 28, 2025. It's going to be a 3-day longevity conference where we unite this holistic approach and spirituality with the most advanced and selected biohacking technologies, health tech, biotech, devices, products, and we gather leaders in biohacking space, in longevity space, and of course those who advocate for holistic approach to our health, and we put spirituality on the top of this because I like technologies, but at the same time I believe in this holistic approach to our health where spirit, mind, body connected, and it's the whole system which we need to address on all levels. Do you agree with me?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. So as I mentioned, Jenny Jones is going to moderate panel discussion. So the exact topic maybe will be modified, but the panel discussion will be focused on how to optimize health and longevity. And we already confirmed 3 speakers. Maybe we will add a few more speakers. As of now, we have Natalia Naila as a speaker, certified health coach, Chelcie May. She is well-known health coach and specifically concentrated on women health, biohacking for females, gut health, hormonal balance. And I also invited Amitay Eshel, who is founder of Young Goose. I know you use Young Goose as well, and you know Amitay. Yeah, so Amitay has joined this panel as well, and he will share some knowledge on how to biohack your beauty, how to be more look younger through this again holistic approach, right? Uh,
Mhm.
they are great experts in beauty. Well, and I didn't do it on purpose, but it looks like we will have more female speakers. And for example, before this panel discussion, we also have such a great speakers as Dr. Emmy Bikillen. She is widely recognized expert in hormonal optimization. And we also will have Cynthia Thurlow, widely known for her fasting for females and how to adjust routine for menopause women and for cycling females, because that fasting and exercising as well should be adjusted to our hormonal fluctuations, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, as I said, I would suggest that our panel discussion would be concentrated on biohacking for females. And at this point, I'm curious, what do you think the most important to ask our speakers and panelists and to explain to women how their biohacking routine should be adjusted according to their hormonal balance, and so it works properly and does not interrupt hormonal balance? What do you think? What are the most like myth
Yeah.
or mistakes in biohacking for females? What the challenges they face, and maybe some of your clients ask you questions regarding this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think women are so intuitive with how their body feels.
Mhm.
And I really think it's so important to just listen to your body instead of saying, okay, these biohackers or people in the health space are doing this. I think we should always everyone's body is different and women's bodies are completely different than men's. So it's really important, I think, to say, how do I feel now? What is my goal? There's so much clinical research that is based on males, and with mice, they only used to use male mice to do clinical research for medication pharmaceuticals. And, they're starting to include female and male mice for a lot of these now, but it used to just be all male mice. And so, how does our body interact? It's so different with medications or biohacking or anything. So, I think we always have to say, especially with our periods and hormonal balance and everything, I think it's always great to listen to your body because it's telling you something. And men just can go at it all month. And I think women have to say, okay, where am I at? How do I feel? And like, your first week or two, you feel very energized and you're motivated. And then you kind of like go through this whole cycle. And you always have to just listen to your body. So I think that's a
Yeah,
big thing is, yeah,
yeah, and during follicle phase, we have better insulin sensitivity, and we are more energized, and we probably can do longer fasting and more active exercising,
yeah,
right? During the
yeah,
follicle phase or not?
yeah.
How they think?
And so, in fasting too, I've interviewed so many people where I think men really love fasting, and women are always, they do it initially, and then they come back to saying, I really just want to eat when I feel like I should eat, like listening to your body, and men really
Mhm.
love the fasting, and women, I think it's just a different body. Like everyone I've asked, they say, okay, I feel better. I feel better physically and mentally by just eating when I feel like, when I'm listening to my body. Of course, you need to be eating whole foods, and you can't just be eating chips and cookies and saying I'm listening to my body and my insulin's going to spike and I'm hungry all the time. So I think all this comes down to, we can all agree on, with men and women, no matter where you are in your life or your age or anything, we all need to be eating whole foods. And I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
the general
basis.
recommendations.
Yeah, but
Eat
a lot of people
healthy
are not
food.
doing that. And if you're going out to eat all the time, you're eating seed oils, you're eating, all these impact your hormones. And I will say for women, the hard part with women is we're surrounded by so many more toxins than men. We have makeup, we have hair products, we have all the stuff that we're just constantly putting on our
Yeah,
bodies.
I expected to hear from you about toxins and how
So bad.
detox is important. Yeah, so probably it's the biggest thing that interrupts our hormonal balance, and it's all over our home with these personal products, makeup, as you said, and everywhere. And you probably know some great strategies for detoxification. So, what you usually suggest? Where do you start with detox program? It's always a very interesting question for me because it's never ending process. Even though we will try to remove all toxins from our environment, we will still introduce them. I don't know, because it's everywhere, right? So for me, it's like never ending process. Basically, we always need to do something to detox. So what is detox for you? What is your strategy?
um, I think everyone needs to be detoxing. I think
Yeah,
we are
everyone,
just,
I know, as you
I'm
said.
like, I know, I see the healthiest of the healthiest people, and they're all finding still heavy metals, glyphosate in their bodies. And then, of
Yeah,
course, women probably
glyphosate is probably number one
have, yeah,
problem,
yeah,
pesticide. They
yeah.
spray it all over.
Yeah, so all these toxins, and then women put way more. The statistics of how much we're put like surrounded by is just exponential compared to men. So I do definitely all clean makeup, clean home, like everything. I've gotten rid of. I don't use anything that's not clean beauty anymore. Clean
Me
skincare,
too.
clean hair
Mhm.
care, everything, and that stuff is so toxic, and people like get used to it, but it's like, it's, if you think about makeup too, it's kind of weird. Okay, we're putting all this makeup all over our skin, and so it's like the least we can do is use clean beauty. But
Mm,
for detoxing, I really love sauna. I think saunas are great, or sweating. And then of course, like I have people on a detox where I love to like help the liver, milk thistle, dandelion, typical, to get the bile going as well. Bitters in the morning.
mhm.
Tadka is also great to get the bile going.
You are
And then, so you
you
want to,
mean uh body buyer, right? You mean body buyer?
that is, yeah, you can use body, you can get straight Tadka. Um,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then that helps get the bile going, and then get like, get those toxins out. You want to grab onto those toxins, and then I always have people on a binder as well. So I love like Pectosol and Quicksilver Scientific, the charcoal and everything. So
Quicksilver Scientific is great brand, and Body Bio is
yeah.
good as well. And you know, Body Bio has very good product for females. It's omega-3 because it's
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's prepared properly with low tox level. You know that not
Mm.
every omega-3 is good for us because many of brands they hit
Size
on,
and
yeah,
yeah.
they hit, and that is high tox level. So it's again it's toxins.
I
That's why
know.
like omega-3 and fish oil is not the same. So we don't really want fish oil. We want omega-3, which is properly uh, processed. Processed properly.
Yeah.
And what? How about glyphosate? Glyphosate, as I said, they spray it all over our food. I try to buy organic food. I always buy organic food, but still, I think that they are so close, grown, so close to each other. When they spray, we still introduce glyphosate at some amount.
I
So
know.
I know, you know, this brand, Purium. Purium, they have Biomedic for gut health, and it removes glyphosate from
Mm.
your gut. Yeah, very good
Oh.
supplement.
Oh,
It's not actually even supplement, it's superfood because they
mm.
do no plastic. Even their packaging has no plastic.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all kind of like organic superfoods. Well, and you said for moving the bile, what do you suggest?
A Tadka and then bitters. And then
Uh,
like Quicksilver Scientific has like a push and catch, so they have a
yeah, push
bitters
and
you can
catch,
take in
that's
the morning.
protocol. Yeah, that
Yeah,
total
and then take a
protocol. And
binder like
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking today I should order it again because I do
Mm,
it from time to time, you know, like we always need to support our liver because it's the biggest detoxification organ, along with actually lymphatic system. And you
yeah,
mentioned Faena, but Faena also I like, you know, dry brushing for
yeah.
removing
I do it
lymph,
every
like
day.
uh,
Yeah,
every day. Oh,
yeah.
yes, you're so disciplined. I know, like I try to do often. I try to do often, but yeah, generally it's very good technique for moving this lymph fluid
Yeah.
because lymph, you know, lymph doesn't have pump. Blood system has heart and it's pumping blood, but lymphatic system doesn't have any pump inside our body, so we need to move it. And it
Hmm.
naturally moves when we do exercising, jumping, even some exercises and even kind of massage, of course, and sauna. But dry brushing is very good. And I like, you know, celery juice in the morning. Very good also
Mm, my
for
favorite.
detox.
Yeah.
And yeah, so morning routine is so important, and let's remember that detoxification it's not only about toxins, it's also toxic thoughts, even some radiation, EMF, and toxic people, and all this mental health, right? Detox of our mind as well. Those fears, wrong beliefs about ourselves, about our external environment. Yeah, great advancements in biohacking for females. You probably would mention hormonal replacement therapy. What else?
That could be something. I think wearables are a really
Mm,
great source, and we're going to get more
tell
and more
tell me more.
information.
What do you
But
use?
I just think like my Aura Ring. I think it's so beneficial to check your stress levels, to check your sleep, to check what and lab work. I think testing is one of the best things you can do to check if what you're doing is working,
Mhm.
and also check your hormones, check everything. So I'm hoping, with AI that we'll be able to just gather information
Mhm.
more, attainable, more, quicker, and access like just wearables or a quick blood fingerprint or something like prick, so that we can just figure out on maybe on a day-to-day basis what's working, what's not, and that's where I think we're going is just getting as much data as we can personally. I think
Mm-hmm.
personalized uh, medicine or functional medicine is what's going to happen because just everyone's body is different, everyone's genes are different. And then we'll probably go to some gene therapy. I feel like right now gene therapy is more towards males with the follistatin and everything. So I'm hoping, you know, that would play a huge role for women is some things that can really help extend lifespan and our health is gene therapy. Another one is like I did a podcast with Omri of NFX and Renewal Bio, and they're making embryonic stem cells. And
Mm-hmm.
so hopefully, you know, something, you know, I think Elon Musk is kind of worried about repopulating because a lot of women and men are not fertile anymore. So that's a big issue that's happening right now is women are having more of a difficult time to get pregnant. So this the embryonic stem cells would be okay. We have an egg and sperm, and we don't need to have these like we don't have to think about our eggs eventually. Maybe saying okay, they're too old. So that's something that is in the future as well. So I think that's really cool. So there's some things happening.
You also mentioned tests. What kind of tests for females are the most like essential, the most
Yeah,
like number
I think
one?
just a full hormone panel. A lot of women are not doing their full thyroid. And you know, it's always the very basic. I have my book that you can kind of go through. I know Function Health is a full
Mm,
um, lab panel for women. I would go on their website on Function Health and they list
Dutch,
all
Dutch,
the
Dutch test. Dutch. Yeah.
yeah, there's a Dutch, and they don't do the Dutch test, no.
Oh,
But
which
they
hormonal panel do you recommend?
um, you can do, I mean, you can do the Dutch, and then, but I'm really an advocate for function health because I think you don't want to just do the hormone panel. You want to figure out maybe selenium, iodine, vitamin A, vitamin D, because those are all going to impact your hormones. And so I think it's really good to do a full panel and really see if you're deficient in something that's like, if you find out, okay, I have low T3 or something, or low TSH or whatever, but you need to know why. And that could be just a deficiency. So I
Yeah,
think it's really important to do a full blood panel of all your vitamins, all your like your hormones, all those things, because then you'll get so much more information of what really might be driving anything that's off.
Yeah, it's so interconnected, everything. Like it's
Yeah,
not always hormones. Sometimes it's cellular inflammation, so the hormone cannot deliver its message to the cell. It's not
yeah,
always a deficiency of insulin. Sometimes it's just cellular inflammation, and it's not the solution to give more insulin. The solution is reduce inflammation, so the insulin can deliver the message to the cell. And did you try or recommend True Diagnostic? Through age and through health. They have two flagship tests. It's epigenetic tests. So they provide some insights on genes, but also about this epigenetic, which is above our genetic blueprint. And they have very good panel of those vitamins and how we process some vitamins, specifically um, B group B vitamins, because it like depends which B3 or B6 or B12 we need more and how we process them. So through age and through health, it's my two tests which I like the most now.
okay, so
Did
you
you?
do the micronutrient one? Because yeah, I just did a podcast with Hannah. And so we got into that as well
That's good.
yesterday.
That's good. With with
Yeah,
who did you do podcast?
Hannah went.
Han,
Hannah went,
yes,
which yeah.
she's one of our speakers, you
Oh
know.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
introduced you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
So we just
me.
did a podcast.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I
So
I like
you've
that.
done the micronutrient one as well.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great.
Yeah, regarding macronutrients, it's actually genetic test because I am so tired of this never-ending discussion, how much protein, how much carbs,
I
how much fats
know.
we need.
Yeah.
And at one day, I went to one event and registered dietitian said like we need a lot of greens, which is fiber. Fiber is part of carbs. If some of our Yes, don't know. So like fiber is part of carbohydrate group, and we really need fiber. I know. At the same time, and she suggests like fiber is the most important in our diet. At the same time, we just recently had this information from Ben Azadi, who you know. I think you know Ben
Yeah.
Azadi. He did experiment on himself, and for 40 days he ate only meat. You know this diet, only meat, no even fat, no carbs at
Yeah.
all. And he measured his microbiome before and after 40 days. And believe me or not, like he has improvement after doing this 40 days with strict diet, only meat. So, so and what?
Interesting.
Yes, yeah. At the same time, many nutritionists they would say that fiber is the most important to feed our microbiome because you know we do not process fiber, we like humans, but our microbiome eats fiber and produces postbiotics, right? So we have probiotics. I'm sorry. So we have prebiotics, we have probiotics and postbiotics. So fiber is prebiotic, which helps our microbiome to produce probiotics. Well, so yeah, so many dietitians would say that we need fiber, and it's true. At the same time, we have other opinions like we need more meat,
Mm.
more protein, which I also believe. I also eat a lot of protein, and I prioritize protein in my diet. But it's never ending discussion. And what I realized, we really need to do this genetic test because each of us process macronutrients differently, you know. And with true diagnostic, they have perfect genetic test as well. And I can see like, okay, I'm more like slow oxidizer. Slow oxidizer, they need more carbs. Again, carbs, healthy carbs, because carbs are different. I'm not talking about sweet and cakes and everything which is not healthy. Carbs, it's like complex carbs. And some of us will be fast oxidizers and they need more protein because they process food much faster and they can break down protein faster and absorb more protein. And yeah. What about you? What do you prioritize with macronutrients? What do you stick with? More like carbs, I mean healthy carbs, or more protein?
Definitely. I love vegetables. I love broccoli. I've always loved
Mm-hmm.
broccoli. I eat broccoli every day. Eggs. I try to incorporate some beef, and I had cravings when I had low iron after when I was vegan, and then I
Yes.
went to meat,
Yeah,
and so that's why
exactly.
I just kind
I
of went
used to
into
be
my
vegan like 10 years and it was like
yeah.
not for me. No,
I
I
know
cannot.
it was so bad. I had no iron. I had no hemoglobin. Like it was bad. And so now I do eat red meat. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
quality is everything. And so, but I just don't crave it so much. So I do crave broccoli. I do crave, like, I love eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just trying to also have more diversity as well. I think a diverse diet, like long term, is really great. So I think a lot of people in this that are researching the microbiome say the more diversity you have, the more diverse gut microbiome, but more diverse bacteria. So I'm trying, and I do a lot of fiber right now. I'm doing a lot of psyllium husk, and there's a lot of people realizing the importance of fiber. People are not getting enough fiber whatsoever because processed food, which is like 70% of the diet, most people in the US now is like has no fiber. They strip the fiber and they strip the water content. And so then you're not getting full from processed foods, you're not getting fiber to keep you full, and that doesn't feed your good gut bacteria. So it's so important, and people are just not getting enough fiber now. And it's really not helping. I think that's like the satiety hormone and all that is all coming from fiber. And a lot of people are having gut issues and not going to the bathroom or and so, yeah, I'm a big fan of fiber.
Yeah, yeah, big fan of fiber. Yeah, and it's probably becomes even more important during the menopause. From the one perspective of view, of course, gut health influences our hormonal balance and the same. menopause women, they have more problems with gut health automatically.
Mm-hmm.
And it's inevitable process, we cannot, we can delay with natural approaches, with a healthy lifestyle, with biohacking, we can delay menopause, but it's inevitable and we all will be there. Yeah, but we can manage it for sure to adjust. Well, what else yeah, so this yeah, so this genetic test was discovery for me, and I now always say, okay, let's stop this conversation. Like, what we need more, just go do genetic test, and you will see what you need more. Also for females, you mentioned like red meat. I would emphasize also red fish because again, it's better to eat at least like 2-3 times per week. This fatty fish, such as salmon, probably you obviously know this. And again, this is our natural source of omega-3, the best one. So omega-3 just a key for women, and yeah, so fatty fish, red fish, or good quality omega-3 supplements. And by the way, we also can supplement fiber. We can supplement fiber. I know a few brands again in Purium, they have very good fiber. You just add a few like to your shakes or even food. Yeah, because it can be challenging to eat so much greens and leaves. It's like it's a lot. It's like you need to eat a lot of greens to get enough fiber, right?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, okay. So it was so really interesting conversation with you. This just exchanging opinions, and I like to follow you and watch your podcast, and I like your newsletter. You always share something that works for you, and I look forward to have you with us at the Ultimate Wellness Conference. It's going
Yeah.
to be the most spiritual and experiential conference of this year because along with amazing lineup of speakers, including you, we also now, yeah, and with selected biohacking technologies and eco products, eco-friendly products, we also offer immersive experiences and spiritual meditations, breath work, sound healing with the
Mm.
orchestra. It's a premiere experience here in Miami, and not only in Miami. And it's all at beautiful, iconic venue, Faena Forum in Miami Beach. So welcome, join us. Who is
Amazing.
watching?
Yes, I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be moving to Miami in a week or two. So
Oh, I will see you in person soon, hopefully.
yeah, so we'll have to
Yeah,
go to
are you
Pura
excited
Vida.
to open? Are you excited to open up your new chapter in life?
Yes, I'm so excited. So
That's